get right into it. Thank you for your chance to be part of Poly Stories. All right, so can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Joel Tokoma'ata, age 26.
Mm-hmm.
I was from Oakland. And,
Oaktown.
Tongan, Oaktown, from the deep.
From the deep. I remember that from the Fire State Camp.
The deep.
From the deep.
Down under.
All right, sounds good. So, yeah, tell me about yourself. How'd you grow up, bro? How'd you grow up?
Was born in American Samoa.
Okay.
Grew up with a lot of Samoans, a lot of Polys. Moved out to Hawaii in like 2001, I'd say.
Okay.
Could be 2000 or 2001. Went to school in Hawaii. Elementary was pretty normal. I mean, I got fat. I mean, moving to America, having a lot of food that you've never seen before. You just are trying everything, you know. So.
So what age did you move to America?
So I'd say 6 or 8.
Six,
I think.
6 to 8 years old.
Okay. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not counting.
Okay, yeah.
The years.
Around that time.
Yeah, about that time. I think I was in 2nd grade. That's about 6, right? Or 8.
Yeah.
So I was in 2nd grade. Environment was very, very different from where I grew up. Samoa was getting whoopings in school. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You already know the highlights,
whoopings in school, man. I moved to Hawaii. It's a whole different, you know, it's a whole different ballgame. Like, teachers give you mean looks, but they wouldn't do nothing to you. Just send you to the principal's office. Yeah. Which was, you know, I thought I was gonna get beat up in there. Yeah. First day I ever went into the principal's office, started crying, and then the principal was just like talking to me, and I was like, oh, so I'm not gonna get any whoopings? So ever since then, I never cried in the office. But that wasn't a good thing, because now I was frequent to the principal's office. Mm-hmm. Grew up in when we first moved into Kalihi, and when we first moved in with my uncle, my dad's a younger brother. Moved in with him. From there on, I mean, I had a pretty normal elementary year, and then my dad passed away around my 6th grade year. Mm-hmm. And then we decided to move out here to California. Okay. Big change, you know, from being in the islands and being over there. I mean, it's cheaper. Mm-hmm. Being out here is cheaper than being out in the islands, but it was a whole different vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole different lifestyle. Yeah. Being out here, you know, ran into, you know, a lot of trouble. Like, it's just, you know, the kids out here are different from the kids out there. You know, the kids out there was like kind of friendly, you know.
Talk about when you moved here to Oakland? Yeah,
we moved out here to Oakland. You know, it's different. You know, you don't know how to act. You know, being poly here. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody's always testing you because you're poly and you're big. And, yeah. You know.
So it's pretty. Was it? In your experience, you had it pretty tough as a kid growing up in Oakland? In school?
I think after my middle school years, which was bad. I mean, it was really bad. Like, I got bullied.
Was this coming from polys bullying you?
No, not really. I mean, like, there were a few polys who were just, you know, being polys. You know what I'm saying? But no, a lot of it was, you know, in school and class and stuff like that. I never ran with the crowd. I guess that was the problem. I think, you know, I just did my own thing. You know, didn't care what people thought.
Do you remember what you were getting bullied for, like, specifically?
I mean, they'll say, you know, I'm staying. You know, I stand. You know, I mean, okay. I don't.
Like your physical appearance.
Yeah, just physical appearance. I mean, like, just roasting. You know what I'm saying? It was just a roast thing. You know, and I got used to it, and, you know, it was just funny. You know, after a while, it was just funny, and, you know, I never got, you know, caught up in it. Yeah. And then, you know, I did my own thing, started, you know, retaliating back. And the roast battles continued after that. Yeah. The roast battles continued after that. Yeah, I think moving over there, already in middle school, I'm still getting used to the lifestyle. A few times I ran into some like really big trouble. Got guns pointed at me at some point, and I didn't understand the culture at the time,
Yeah.
because just different cultures where I come from, and out here, like out there in Hawaii, like you got problems, we'll do it out, you know what I'm saying? But like out here it's different,
Okay.
It's quick to, escalate. A lot of things quickly escalate, and it goes past like, certain points.
Yeah.
And things like that happen. But it was cool. I mean, like, it was cool overall. I mean, I got used to the lifestyle, how people think, and, how the culture works out here. And then, you just be cool after that,
Yeah.
And I guess that kind of, gave me the mentality to be humble. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to escalate things too much. Went out through my high school years. It was cool from there. I mean, I gained some popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot of friends. I mean, I got in with the Tongan, the Tongan and Samoan group over there. The polys in the school, and they always catch you back and stuff like that. Had a lot of great friends. Shout out to Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky and June. They held me down at middle school. Even though a lot of things was going on, but
was there a lot of you went to middle school, a lot of Tongans too, and a lot of Tongans?
Yeah, I went to Castlemont Black Knights. Yeah, I went to Castlemont. A lot of polys, man.
Yeah.
I met a lot of polys. I mean, if I were to name them all, it'd be too much. It might be this whole video just naming all the polys.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of great polys, man. Like keeping you on track. That was one good thing about being a poly, and out here is we're all like a tight knit community, and we're like a brotherhood. If you got beef with somebody, they always try to work it out. You know what I'm saying? Did
you ever feel like what do you think is like the challenges of growing up as a poly in middle school or high school in America? What do you think? In your experience.
Well, I came from the islands. It was different. I mean, having like a different mindset than everybody else kind of like put me on the, the receiving end of, a lot of the stuff. But other than, but it was cool, like I said, polys catch polys backs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I had a lot of good friends that, that helped me get through, a lot of things that was going on,
Yeah, because sometimes like, sometimes when you hear stories or hear like other people say, sometimes as polys we have to like this stigma is like we're always fighting.
Yeah.
We're always like into trouble. We're always want to be gangsters, especially if you're from Oakland, right?
Yeah.
We have that label that's on you. Did you ever feel like you got categorized like that just because you were poly, like how the teachers treat you or how the other kids treat you? Just because you were poly, you were bigger, that they feel like that you were just like like they expected violence or out of you. Because sometimes I feel like that's like the perception of polys.
Yeah, like all polys, don't mess with polys.
You don't mess with polys, because we fight, we beat up people.
Yeah.
Did you ever get that experience from other people when you
were
at
like
school?
they try to test me and stuff like that. Like because of my size and being poly, there's always people trying to test you, but there's always that rumor, don't mess with him, he's a poly.
Yeah.
He gonna beat you up.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people just don't mess with me because of stuff like that. But I'm a cool guy, I talk to a lot of people. I made a lot of friends,
Did you ever feel like that sometimes people didn't want to be friends with you just because you were poly?
Nah,
no?
I didn't get that vibe. I think maybe they didn't want to be friends with me. Maybe it's because it was me.
Yeah.
Like,
What about the teachers?
Did
they ever? Did they really like just because you were poly, did you?
Well, they didn't think I was smart at first.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like my math teacher in middle school, you know, she was kind of surprised that I scored, you know, really high in the math exams and stuff like that, the finals. And then I was put into like this, class with like all these smart kids, and then, you know, they were kind of confused, like how is this poly kid, you know, in this class, you know, he's not, he doesn't look.
I'm just like
you know. Yeah. So I had to prove. I mean, like I had to prove a lot of people wrong.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, I still didn't do my homework and stuff. But,
yeah.
You know, I learned when I was in class.
Yeah.
You know, I understood where the teacher was coming from, and you know. But yeah, it was that. What do you say? How do you say it?
You did. But.
No, it's just that. You know, that label that, you know,
yeah.
they're not smart, you know,
yeah.
they're just good at playing
football,
sports, you know, that's all they're good at.
What did that do to you when you start feeling that way, as far as like your mindset, as far as like what you can do for your life, when they put that label on you?
I mean, when you know, they were all surprised and shook, you know, that kind of like put a flame under me, but like, you know, I can prove a lot of these people wrong, you know. Yeah, I need to work on some things. Maybe that's why, you know, they never expected me to be in that class.
Yeah.
Because we were training to be in geometry and stuff like that. When we get to high school, so like they were already like, you know, giving us a one-on-one time with, you know, with tutors and stuff like that, you know, to get us caught up, you know, to get us further up there, you know, with the education, you know. Because there were only like a few of us, I think maybe like a handful, like five or six of us that were in that class, and it was like a geometry class, and like I even felt the pressure too. Like people didn't think like I'll be able to solve, you know, a lot of the equations and stuff, and they were still thinking that, you know, it was a fluke or something.
Yeah.
And you know, I got mad. You know, I didn't show up to the class. You know, at one point, I threw shit at the wall. It got to that point where I just like I had it like I turned desks up, and then I just didn't come back to the class.
Yeah.
Ended up, you know, just leaving. You know, it was a bad choice.
Yeah.
On my part. I should have just stuck with it. You know.
Because when you did that, then you just reinforced.
Yeah, I reinforced
the stereotype they put on you, that label they put on you.
Stereotype and that label that, you know, they put on me, and you know, I didn't care at the time.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, you know, I'm gonna throw another book at you.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't care.
Did you ever, when you went through those, like, had those feelings that you felt like that you were dealing with those classmates? Did you like voice it to anybody else, as far as like friends or family, what you were going through?
Nah, I kept it to myself.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to like, you know, it's kind of embarrassing. You know.
But did you ever feel like that you wanted to talk to someone?
I mean, I wanted to let it out, but it always came out as anger.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't know, like at the time, you know, I didn't know how to deal with any of that.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, like I said, my pops passed away, and I grew up in a single parent home. My mom was always working, so I didn't have anybody to talk to. My brothers was in college, you know. One of my brothers already married, you know, he had a kid. You know, there's really nobody to turn to.
Yeah.
I mean, like if I were to tell my friends that, poly friends, they'll roast me on the spot. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you got feelings? Damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, I mean, I got through it, you know, the best way that I could. Yeah. You know, it's just, I didn't care what anybody else think.
Yeah.
And, you know, I scored high when I went to high school. I was put in, what's that, pre-cal.
Mm-hmm.
And now I was supposed to take geometry first, and then, you know, take pre-cal. But I guess I scored kind of high, and they let me into the class. And I was in that class with like juniors, seniors, and you know, the same thing happened too. You know, but like, who this guy? Oh, he think he all smart and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, always putting you down because, you know, they don't think you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You know. So I didn't care. Like the same thing happened to me. I let my feelings get in the way. I started cutting class. You know, didn't do my homework at all. I would pass the tests.
Yeah.
You know, I passed the test with ease, but you know, it's classwork and homeworks and you know everything in between that gets you a grade.
Yeah.
So I ended up failing, even though I passed all the tests. I passed all the stuff. So you know, I didn't care at the time. You know, I kept cutting class. You know, I was doing football at the time too, and that affected you know me being able to play, me being eligible to play. My GPA and stuff started dropping. You know, I used to be like a 3.0 student, and then I dropped to like a 2.0, and then eventually I was like a 1.4 or something, whatever who it was.
Yeah.
Student. And I didn't care at the time. You know.
Was there was there at least one any teacher that showed support or tried to that kind of tried to believe in you?
I was taking this business class.
Yeah.
In high school, my freshman year, and there was this I forgot her name, but she was like French and something.
Yeah.
Whatever, but she was teaching us about business, and then like we were like inventing stuff in that class, right? Like we were making things and then trying to sell it, you know, and you know. I came up with some dumb stuff, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, as a poly, you just think of all types of dumb stuff, but like she was always supportive of it. She would be like, oh, that's cool. You know, there might be a few of my friends who's willing to, you know, look into, you know, to that. And I was like, you know, I was just being dumb. You know what I'm saying? But she was always positive about, you know, everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I feel like that positivity kind of like took me, you know, a different direction,
Mm-hmm.
you know, than stuff. But and again, you know, my feelings got in the way.
Yeah.
And I started cutting that class too.
Yeah.
But you know, I experienced a lot of good stuff. You know, I learned a lot of business stuff through there. You know, financial
Mm-hmm.
stuff, like writing, like the first time I ever wrote a check, opening up my a bank account out here, and it was all through, you know, those programs after school and being in that class. You know, she pushed us to go to those programs, you know, to get to learn, you know, a little bit about finance and you know, and all those.
Yeah. I noticed a lot. I noticed what you said. You mentioned that a lot of times, you know, when something good that was happening for you, then you let the feelings get out the way, right?
The feelings got in the way.
So, so when did you start becoming aware that that was a problem? And how did you like kind of mitigate it? Kind of try to. What did you do to be able to be in control of your emotions, of your feelings? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get a grasp of it, you know, until I was older.
yeah.
And I started learning from, you know, OGs and, you know, my uncles, aunties, you know, and telling me, you know, you can't always, you know, look to breaking stuff and, you know, and getting mad because you don't understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't know what's going on or what you're feeling, you know. So, you know, I kind of like got a little bit of guidance from them on how to like kind of grasp like the emotion, like turn it, like, you know, if you're frustrated about money, hustle, you know, go out there, grind, work hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're frustrated about, you know, not having a car, you know what I'm saying, get your credit up,
Mm-hmm.
work hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was always working hard, and that got me into, you know, when I was frustrated about something, you know, I'd always work hard. You know, try to prove, you know, to myself that I can do, you know, that I can get over it.
Yeah. Do you feel like that that anger that you felt, that lashing out, do you feel like that came from not having that father figure at home because your dad passed away so early?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it had to do with my pops being gone and not having a father figure at the house. My mom was always busy too.
Yeah.
She'll guide us. She'll tell us what to do. How things should be done. But at the same time, you don't have that that enforcement in the home.
The foundation.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That foundation.
So like, I didn't get like the proper guidance, I'd say. Growing up, I love my mom to death.
Yeah.
She's done so much for our family. She's
Yeah.
done so much for me and my siblings. But it's something about the father figure. It's a different feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Having a father at the home and having a guidance. And I think it's a different type of love you receive from your mom, and there's a different type of love you receive from your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And they both have to work together, to be able to make your house a home. And I feel like a lot of it is just not being able to see somebody, another man, who's like, working hard and stuff, ground you as a young man growing up. And I didn't see that. I didn't have that father figure. I mean, I looked up to my brothers, but they had their flaws and they didn't have anybody to turn to as well.
Yeah.
And they were going through things that I didn't understand, and a lot of things that they did that I didn't understand at the time. It took a toll on me as well, because like, I see that and I see them, and their flaws and their failing, and I'm like, if they're not gonna, then they can't make it out there, I might as well just do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the mentality I had, out here. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
I'll just do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find my own way.
Yeah.
And and a lot of it had to do with not having a father at the home.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see a lot of my friends, when I go over to their house, their pops is home.
Yeah.
We can't do certain things.
Yeah.
And they always look up to their dad, and I didn't have that at the house.
Yeah.
But I was lucky to have my uncles and stuff like that. But it's still not the same.
Yeah. I think I saw something, read something online. Like you said, a different type of love that your mom and dad give. I think your mom can give us compassion, love, sincerity, kindness, care. But our dad gives us that strength.
Yeah.
All right, the courage.
The courage.
Overcome our fears. It's just a different type of love that we receive from both. And I think what you said is powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. One proverb my mom always used to tell me. I think it's Proverbs chapter 1, verses 8 and 9.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna paraphrase.
Yeah.
It says, listen to the wisdom of your father, but don't neglect the teachings of your mother.
Oh,
it says they're the crown on your head and the necklace around your neck.
Yeah.
So that's your blessings.
Yeah.
So the father brings the wisdom, and the mother guides you through it. So I feel like not having that wisdom at the home, and that's a big thing in my religion as well, is the father figure, the father being wise, being wisdom, teaching you, how to be a man, and protecting the home, provide for the home, all these things, and then the mother guiding you through it. It's like, oh no, that's not it. And it works, spiritually as well. The Father gives you the wisdom, and the Holy Spirit guides you through it.
Mm-hmm.
It works, and it's crazy how my mom would always tell me that. She would tell me that when I was, I'd always get into trouble and I wouldn't listen to her. And I was going through a lot of trouble, and she would always tell us that verse.
Mm-hmm.
It's like wisdom and guidance.
Gotcha. You grew up in Oakland.
Yeah.
So, I guess can you talk about growing up in Oakland? It's pretty. I mean, because when people think Oakland,
Yeah, people think of Oakland, out town, the town.
all they think about is just like, gang banging and drinking, and so I can only imagine. And I mean, of course, I've been to Oakland before. It's compared to some places, it's pretty pretty tough out there. So was it tough growing up in Oakland, especially the things you see every day?
Yeah, I mean, after a while you get used to it.
Yeah.
Like you see it so much. Like I've seen a dude get shot in his car, and the car just drove off and started hitting other cars.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of stuff. And it's crazy. Like I said, I got a gun pulled out on me. Somebody came to our house. Pulled a gun out on us at the home. And it's weird because you never got scared.
Yeah.
Because you got so used to it.
Yeah, it happens every day.
Yeah. So it was a weird thing. Like it's dangerous.
Yeah.
But then it's so normal. Like it's every day that's happening. Every day, people are getting, doing drugs in the corner, pimping, prostitution, all over, up and down East 14, and it was a normal thing.
Yeah.
Kids riding around. I knew a few kids who was selling, who was selling drugs at 14, 15, and it was pretty normal. Like I just, after a while, it's just like, it's Oakland.
Yeah, it's Oakland. Yeah.
It's Oakland. That's the town.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the mentality I had after that. It's just.
Yeah. So, usually that I would say you're a product of your environment, right? So if you grow up in that type of environment, you're more likely to fall into those type of activities.
Yeah.
So I know you now, like you're pretty, you have a job and you're pretty good for yourself. Life is pretty, it's pretty good for you. What do you think that? Why what is the reason why you didn't fall into those activities? Because you see, I'm sure a lot of friends that, their environment dictated who they become, and they just fell into all those things, right? So what was different about you that you were able to be able just to stay away from that and still be able to build the life that you have now?
Well, I think a lot of it had to do with me going back to the islands.
Yeah.
I went back to Hawaii. I stayed with my brother there, and the environment there was different. They were a lot stricter on curfew,
So that foundation from the islands kind of carried over.
Stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, we still got whoopings because we didn't listen, but moving back, I think after my freshman year in high school, out here, I moved back and finished school out there. I didn't finish school. I ended up going to get my GED. I got it, but I ended up getting my GED, and then the teaching that I got there is if you don't work, you don't eat.
Yeah.
So you had to go to work. You had to go, make money.
Yeah.
If you don't make money, you don't get what you want. So, going back to the islands kind of helped grounded me, and having that father figure again. I was telling you, my brother, but it was already later.
Yeah.
From being out here and experiencing all that, and not caring. So when I went back there, somebody actually cared. Somebody else actually teaching me how to be a man. Being, doing the right thing, what you got to do to provide for your family. I see my brother wake up every morning, go to work, come home, still doing stuff around the house, still making sure that the home is provided for and is protected, and that grounded me again. That made me think oh, so this how you do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kept me grounded. My brother being, the father figure and stepping in, seeing that we wasn't doing right out here. Seeing that we were just running amok and like just wilding out
Yeah.
here, to be honest.
You feel like that if you you feel like that if you didn't go back the second time back to the islands, you feel like you probably would have
Yeah,
become a
I'd
product of the
probably be
environment.
worse. Yeah. If not, I wouldn't be here, to be
Yeah.
honest. If I was still doing the stuff I was doing.
Was there a point of time like you almost got into it?
Like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
I got a gun pointed to me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna say who it was.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I know the person.
Yeah.
But
You start thinking about it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, all of that happened in the past.
Yeah.
Like, I don't hold any of that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't hold any grudges anymore on what happened. You know, what happened. But like, you know, like I said, if I wasn't, you know, if I didn't move back to the islands, I don't think,
Yeah.
you know,
The environment would have been a product of it.
yeah, I would have been a product of the environment. Exactly.
Okay. All right. So I want to talk about, like, do you ever feel like that polys from that grew up in Oakland, because you know we talk about labels in high school, right? A lot of times we get labeled because we're not smart enough. But
Yeah.
do you ever feel like just because you're from Oakland and you're polys from Oakland, I looked at it differently than other polys from other cities? Do you ever feel it that way?
What do you mean, like how I look at Oakland and how other polys look at Oakland?
Yeah, how like other polys from different cities, like if they know that you're from Oakland and they're just like you feel like
Yeah, you get labeled
a different way. Oh, you're from Oakland?
Oh, you're from Oakland? Oh, that's why you like that.
Yeah.
You know, I was like,
Did you ever
oh,
experience
watch out, he's from Oakland.
Yeah, did you ever experience that when you met other polys from other places and they found out that you were from Oakland?
I mean, when I go out, because usually I don't leave the town by myself. I
Yeah.
usually go with people, and it's funny because they always rep, you know, where they're from.
Yeah.
You know, it don't matter like whether like we from Oakland.
Yeah.
You know, we from the town.
Yeah.
We here. You know, and it's funny
Yeah.
because like everybody be like, oh, they're like, we don't care.
Yeah.
Like we love where we from.
Yeah, that's true. I
Yeah,
know. All my friends
we're proud of where we're from, you know,
Yeah.
and we'll rep it, you know, no matter where we go.
Yeah.
So like we pretty much just kept the label. to
Yeah.
be honest. We took the label and just ran with it.
Yeah, ran with it.
So like, I mean, we went to Utah a few times. We went everywhere. I mean, we came out here. We came out here to the city. And you know the vibes.
Yeah.
We bring the town with
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, I know.
And it's funny. It's hilarious. Town.
The town. All right. Sounds good. So, of course, you're a Mormon, right?
Yeah.
Yep. We always
Well,
Go ahead.
LDS.
LDS. LDS.
I'm a Christian.
Christian. So was your family always, you were born into it, right?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
No. Was born into a Methodist.
Methodist?
Yeah.
When did you make that transition?
When we moved out here,
Yeah.
that's when we got baptized. My auntie out here, she was more LDS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was LDS. My mom was going through a lot of things, and you know, one thing that comforted her and helped her get through it was, you know, the church.
Mhm.
You know, they were so supportive
Mhm.
and stuff. And even till now, I mean, like my brother like one of my older brothers is still Methodist. Two of my older brothers are Methodist. They're still, you know, they're diehard Methodists. You know,
Mhm.
they're still trying to get us to go back. But, you know, no.
Yeah.
You know, I have my beliefs, and I'm sticking with it, you know. I can't believe, you know, and do things this way, and then when I go over there, I'm trying to do it this way. You know, you gotta pick one
Yeah.
and stick with it.
Yeah.
Just endure with it.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever serve a mission?
Nah, I feel like coming back to the church was a mission. Coming back to the church was already a mission, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I came back, I was already like, what, 23?
Yeah.
I mean, they were trying to get me to go out to my mission, to
Yeah.
go out to serve my mission a few times. I just I was dodging it.
Yeah.
Bob and the weed.
Bob and weed. I can only imagine you probably get asked that question every day when you came back home.
I mean, it was cool. I mean, I got into the YSA. You know, they stopped asking after I got into the YSA. It wasn't really pushing. After that, it was just, when you gonna get married?
Yeah.
After that, it was when you're gonna get married. And,
okay.
Well, just time will tell.
Yeah. Did you ever have like did you ever grow up with friends? Because sometimes I feel like I have friends too. I think they're kind of battling because they're facing the same thing you went that you just explained, right? People expect them to go to mission.
Yeah.
But they're trying to figure out if that's what they really want to do. Like, what's your experience with that? Like, do you have any friends that went through that? And of course, you went through it because people wanted you to go.
Yeah, people wanted me to go, and I was just like, I mean.
How did you feel in that time when that happened?
At first, I thought about going.
Yeah.
You know, I thought about going, and then I seen my situation. I seen the situation I was going through around me. I just wasn't spiritually, mentally, you know, or physically, you know, capable of going.
Yeah. To
be honest, like, I feel like I was meant for something else.
Yeah.
To do something else.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
But I was meant to do something else, and it never stuck, you know, with me. Like, it didn't feel like, you know, it was something that I had to do. You know, I feel like if it's something that I felt like I had to do, I'd probably go on my mission.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on my top list of things that I had to do. But I mean, in a way, I kind of regret it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like I see all the blessings and the experiences people go through when they go on their mission, and I like hearing their stories. You know, being out in, you know, the Philippines or, you know, France. You know, coming from even just going to Utah, serving, you know, in the States.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big blessing. You know, to experience that, being able to speak a different language. You know, being able to baptize other people, touch other people. You know, it's a humbling experience when you hear it. Yeah. You know, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. Okay. Do you think it's being Mormon in Oakland? Do you think it's hard being Mormon in Oakland?
There's a lot of temptations.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard.
Yeah.
You know, you can always be Mormon.
Yeah.
Or LDS. I feel like the temptations are really high out here.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of the environment that we're in. It makes it difficult.
Yeah.
I feel like if we were in a different environment, it would be a little easier. Or maybe, you know, wouldn't be so, you know, so hard to let go of like the culture and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like culture-wise and the environment has a lot to do with, you know, not being able to, you know, to stick with it. Because we got to endure it to the end, you know. Yeah. And it's hard to do that with a lot of temptations around.
Yeah.
I mean, you got friends, who, you know, it looks fun, you know, doing all the stuff that they're doing. You know, like, I have a lot of, like, non-member friends as well, you know, and they do things, you know, and they feel like, oh, we're gonna judge you because, you know, because we're Mormon. We you know, we set a higher standard. They feel like, you know, we're sitting on that high chair. Yeah. You know.
I feel like, that's a lot of people.
And I feel like, I mean, like, to me, I mean, if you want to do it, do it. I mean, that's on you. You know. Nobody's gonna force you, you know, to do it. You know, that's on you. It's not like, you know, we're telling you like, oh, you can't do that, or else you can't come to church. Yeah. You know, something like that. Nah, you can come to church. You come to church. You don't come to church, you know, because, you know, so and so is talking about you or something like that. You know, you can come to church because, you know, for the gossip and stuff. Like, you come to church for God. Yeah. You come to church for yourself.
I think I like what you said right there, because I feel like sometimes, you know, especially with people that grow up in those tough areas. Yeah. A lot of reasons why they don't feel like coming to church, you know, because they don't feel like because
I never got that.
Because you don't feel like they're worthy, right? Because they made so many mistakes. But like you said, we don't come to church to please people. You come to church for God.
Yeah, you come to church for yourself.
Yeah, for yourself.
For God.
For God, that's it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It's for you to renew yourself.
Yeah.
You don't come to church.
Because that's what the sacrament is renewing.
For people to look at you.
Yeah.
To judge you. See what kind of outfit you got.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a nice suit on this today.
Yeah.
How many girls am I gonna talk to today? Something like that.
Yeah.
You don't go to church for that. You go to church because you want to get closer to God. You want to be better. You want to go down the right path.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you come to church. And a lot of people don't go to church because they feel like they're getting judged.
You're getting judged by the people.
Yeah, by the people.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I don't care. When I go to church, I don't care.
Yeah.
I might have done something bad, during the week. I still show up to church.
Exactly.
I don't care what you think.
Like you say, you coming there for God.
Yeah, I come over there for God.
Yeah.
Like you might look at me a different way, but
Yeah.
I'm still gonna show up.
Yeah.
I don't care what you think about me.
That's what's
I'm not gonna let it bother me. I'm gonna just say my prayer. I'll say a prayer for you too if you want. And it's just crazy how people.
I'll say a prayer for you too.
I'll say a prayer for you too. I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they say, if nobody's hating on you, you're probably not doing something right.
Exactly.
You're too perfect. But yeah, come to church. I don't care what.
Do you feel like that's part of the reason why a lot of the younger kids don't come?
Yeah.
Because I remember we had a meeting in my church, my ward, and the main topic of discussion was a lot of the younger kids are not coming back, and they asked everybody, what's the first solution? Like why is a lot of these kids not coming back? And in my opinion, it's just because I feel like it's just the judgment they feel.
Yeah.
That I don't think it's I don't think the church does it purposely. It's just
no, like
it's just the culture of being perfect.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we're never gonna be perfect, to be honest.
And yeah, which is
never
true.
gonna be perfect.
And I think somebody said it when we were talking. It's like if we can, not promote it, but just be aware of it, bring it more awareness to people. Hey, we should strive for this, but it's okay.
Like you gotta tell them too. Like all of Jesus' followers were sinners.
Exactly.
All of Jesus' followers were sinners.
Because we paint this perfect picture.
Yeah, right? And even when they went out to preach, they were being judged.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how can a sinner tell me what to do?
Yeah.
How can a sin, and that's the mindset they got to keep in mind is, who cares what people think?
Yeah.
You're not there for their sin.
Yeah.
You're there for yours.
Yeah.
You're there for God. And like when I first went to the YSA, people were looking at me. They were looking at me weird. I didn't care. I went to the front, sat in the front. At the time, I was doing a little network marketing.
Yeah.
Right. So I was doing a little network marketing, and one of my mentors was telling me, like, when you go to all these big meetings and they have you go to talks and you go to sermons and stuff like that. Always fight to be in the front.
Yeah.
You fight to be in the front. Winners sit in the front.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I went in with that mindset of, I'm a sinner. I'm gonna sit in the front, so I can get all the blessings.
Yeah.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hear it loud and clear. I'm right here in the front row. And that's the mindset I took with me when I went into the YSA the first time. But it's crazy because at first, the first I think month I was there, I came in right after Sacramento left.
Yeah.
I just dipped.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just be awkward.
Yeah.
I felt awkward being in there. So I came in. So after a while, some of the elders quorum came up to me and was like, "Oh, notice you've been coming to church. What's your name?" Just getting to know me and stuff. And then after all that, I started to open up to them.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the elders quorum for stepping up and and taking that first step, the welcoming me and stuff.
Welcoming, yeah.
You know, they didn't get the chance because I'll just get up, like I'll come in, sacrament just finished,
Yeah.
and then it was just the talks and all that, and then right after that, boom, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, and then they stopped me. You know, one time I stayed a little too late. I stayed a little too late, and I was heading out, and they stopped me. They got me.
They got you.
I guess God works in mysterious ways, man.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I built a brotherhood over there, and I love it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
I mean, I love your award too.
Oh yeah.
You guys invited us to camp.
Yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time.
Man, I tell you what.
Oh man, I wish we got another one. So since we talk about YSA, right? Let's talk about marriage. You know, dating. Let's talk about dating and marriage.
Dating and marriage.
Let's talk about that topic.
Two topics is always in the back of people's head.
Exactly.
Always getting asked about.
So how is dating in the YSA? In your experience?
One thing I don't do is I don't date people in the YSA. It's just something I do.
Yeah.
You know.
What's your logic behind it?
I just don't want the other person to feel like me. If I break up with somebody, I don't care. I'm still coming to church.
Yeah.
But like I just don't want the other person to feel like, oh, I'm here. I don't want to come to church.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be the reason why they don't want to come to church anymore. Especially if you go out at on bad terms and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I just want to keep that, separate. I want to keep, and dating wise, I like my, I like it private.
Yeah.
You know, the less people know, the less, rumors and stuff go around. So I like to keep my social life and, religion and all that separate from, my love life and whatever. And marriage, I don't know. I don't know, man. Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
I know that's right. I know what I said.
I mean, they pressure you, man. Like, this is like, oh, when you get married? Like, man, you've been here so long.
Who do you feel like gets the most pressure, the males or the females?
I feel like the males. I mean, like, the females pick and choose, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're the ones that pick and choose who they want to be with. The males just gotta be.
Take whatever you can.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, like, I feel like I read this thing on Facebook. There's a post and it said, and son asked his father, like, how do I find the right woman?
Yeah.
And the father told the son, be the right man.
Yeah.
And the right woman will find you.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like the woman's gonna choose you. So you just be the right person.
Do you think that's the reason why it's so hard now today with dating, especially even now?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's gonna be women that's attracted to you, and there's gonna be a lot of women that's not attracted to you.
Yeah.
There's only gonna be a few.
Yeah.
But you find that person that makes you feel, that makes you want to do, good. Makes you want to succeed and want to, be a better person. I feel like, you hit the jackpot with that one.
Yeah.
But to me, if you can cook, man, come on over. I'll take you. I'm marrying you. You can cook. That's all I want. I go to work. I come home. Meals ready here. You take my check.
Yeah.
You go do whatever you want with it. I'm enjoying my meal. Go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And video games.
Yeah.
Can't mess with that. Don't ever cut my cord.
No.
Nah. But being the right man will find you the right person. We'll find you the right woman. So work on yourself. Work on, grind and hustling. Succeeding in life. The more success you have, the more options you get.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's kind of shady.
Yeah.
That's how things work, but it is what it is. You be the right person, you'll find the right woman. You'll be a shady person, you'll only find shades. That's it. But
yeah, that's true. Yeah. So Right now, I know you. Where do you work right now?
Work at the airport.
At the airport.
Oakland.
Oakland Airport.
OAK.
I've heard
Oakland.
a lot.
94.
Heard a lot of stories about the airport.
Oh man, the airport's got a lot of stories. I mean, I've heard them too. What stories you hear? What stories you hear? We'll go.
Well, I know you follow me on social media. Did you ever see that TikTok I made about the work at the airport?
Yeah. Seeing the new poly girls come in or like new females come in, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Guys start working better. Females is around.
The baggage gets fast.
The bags,
move,
man.
These guys develop superhuman strength, man.
Yeah. Everybody works better with females around, man.
That's cool. No, so now you're looking back at your life right now, right? So like, if you know, what are the, in your opinion, like what are things that you feel like that you would have done differently that would have, because I know a lot of kids, even when you talk about your story right now, there's a lot of kids right now that listen to you from Oakland, and you probably relate to what you went through.
I mean, it's different now. Like,
yeah.
The time I went through is probably different from now.
So,
but people still get roasted in Oakland.
Yeah.
In school.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's funny.
Do you think? I think. Well, what do you think is something that, you know, as a culture we need to improve on, especially for kids, like to
education, man.
Overcome these things that you said you went through.
Education.
Education.
Yeah. I feel like the more educated you are, the more power you get. Mm-hmm. You know, and also like changing the stereotype, man. Prove them wrong. Yeah. I try to prove them wrong, and I just let my feelings get in the way. Yeah. You know, prove them wrong. You know, score high in them SATs. Why do you think it's so hard for them to get that? Like, so good for you. I feel like for some people it's easy to have that mindset. Like for me, I don't care what people think. Mm-hmm. I just do me and do what I do. But I know that's not a lot of people. Yeah. Well, a lot of people. Mm-hmm. It's very rare to find people like me and you're like they just don't worry about people think. Because I know it's hard. Sometimes I do get affected by it. Mm-hmm. But what do you think? What we should do? Like, what do you think as a culture what we should do to? I mean, help those kids that feel like that. Right now, like as the newer generation parents, for like the newer generation parents, and you know, is give your kids what your parents couldn't give you. Yeah. Like education. Be hard on them on education. Yeah. Like you see Asians are the richest people in the U.S. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's because they're strict on their kids on education. Mm-hmm. And then when they're strict on them on education, they succeed. Why do you think there's nothing to stop them? Yeah. Why do you think why do you think that parents don't push their kids into education? I feel like, see, our parents, like your mom do caregiving, right? Mm-hmm. Your pops, iate, right? There's not much education there. Yeah. You know, versus the Asian families, you know, you got doctors, you got teachers, you got, you know, real estate owners, you got business owners. You know, they're constantly learning something. They're already learning how to, you know, do math at a higher level. They already learn how to, you know, read, write at a higher level. It's because of all this business mindset that's around it. You know, but in the Tongan community, we don't have that because, you know, our parents are working like the 9-to-5 jobs. You know, all they can teach you is work hard, and that's what you gotta take and use. You know, look at their struggles, look at what they're going through, and you gotta think. You know, everybody's talking about, oh, you know, if only I could do this, if only I could do that. Why not do it? Yeah. Go out there and do it. You can achieve anything. Yeah. Just because your circumstances, you know, it's not like everybody else, don't mean it can stop you from doing it. You know, stop complaining about it. Just go out and do it. You know, like I said, like the newer generation parents, push your kids to go to school. You know, push them to do their homework when they come home from school. You know, do their homework first. Yeah. They do their chores, you know, then they can reward them with playing games for like a certain amount of time. Watch TV. I know in Asian families, I know a few of my friends, they didn't have TVs growing up. Like that was not like they had no TV growing up, and they would come to school and they'll be on the computer. And I see them, they're typing out essays and stuff like that, and that's.
Yep.
And that was a cultural thing. Mm-hmm. Like everybody grows up in different cultures. Like if you want to be, to get to that level, you gotta see what the other cultures are doing differently. Why the Asian culture they're succeeding so much, You see what they're doing different. And we gotta apply that to our culture as well. I mean, I'm not saying to change the culture.
Yeah.
But apply some of that to our culture and you'll see the success. You see the different mindsets going on. You see, more opinions, being shared. Because right now it's just polys are polys.
Yeah.
We're just learning to work hard.
Yeah.
That's it. A lot of kids go to college. After college, they just go back to a 9-to-5 job. They don't know what they want to do in the future.
Yeah.
Versus, Asians and whites, and blacks, but they know what they want to do in the future, and they have that push, and that's what we got to change in our culture. We just got to change the way we think.
It's relaxed, huh?
Yeah, we're too relaxed. We're too laid back as a culture. If we want to succeed, we got to start educating them right now. Not saying that I'm a big example or nothing, but
yeah.
That's what I see around.
Yeah, that's what you see.
Experience, huh? That's what I experience. I see that all around. A lot of the Asian kids that I went to school with, they were scoring high in tests and stuff like that. And in their education, it's because of their culture.
I think you could say, go off what you said. I think a lot of Asians, they're more, the parents are more hands-on on the children's future.
That's because their culture is like that.
Yeah, the culture they actually have a plan for the future. Yeah. Where for polys, we're just it is what it is.
Yeah.
We teach them faith in God, those basics, which is very good. But as far as having a game plan to what specific, they just let you.
Because they don't know.
They do out there.
Our parents work out there and caregiving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no real education into that. There's love.
Yeah, there's love and
there's care in it.
Yeah.
There's doing the right thing.
Faith in God and everything. Yeah.
But you need to learn the other things too. Mm-hmm. You gotta learn the numbers. You gotta learn, how to speak to people.
Yeah.
How to talk. Because if you don't teach them that, they can't take that extra step.
How to be a professional.
Yeah, how to be professional.
Yeah.
You're always gonna show up to interviews sagging your pants, wrinkled shirt, hoodies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true, man. That's true. Yeah.
You change. You don't have to change the whole culture.
I don't think it has nothing to do with culture.
It just. I mean.
It's just preparing.
Preparing
kids.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
You just gotta teach them. Education has gotta be a must.
I think my last interview, Monica said something that was really, really powerful. I think to go off of what we just talked about right now. Not only we're too laid back, but we're also our religion, because we know our faith is so strong, which is sometimes it could be something that makes us too relaxed.
Yeah.
Because sometimes our way of life as poly is just God will just provide.
Yeah, that's the thing. God will open doors. But it's up to you to walk through it. God not gonna open a door for you and then push you in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
God's gonna give you, it's gonna give you an opportunity. It's up to you to take the opportunity and run with it.
Yeah, that's true.
God's gonna provide you, opportunities. But it's up to you.
Yeah.
To go out and actually make something out of that opportunity.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I think those two combination, those two things, not getting that direction from our parents, and being too relaxed, and of course just.
And I don't like it when like people make excuses like, oh, it's because of this certain situation.
Yeah.
You know, I was born into a poor family, so I'm supposed to be poor.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that mindset.
Oh no, yeah.
I've seen
too many
so much people succeed coming from nothing. People being homeless to being rich.
Yeah.
You know, people being evicted from their homes, you know, and taking that as a strength.
Yeah.
You know, using that as strength. Like, I don't like that weak mindset of, you know, playing the victim and stuff like that to everything. You know, it's just, then that means you can't ever succeed if you're poor.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't have to be rich.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you can't stay negative like that.
Yeah.
You have to go out, like, nobody's stopping you from going out and getting a job and turning your life around. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's stopping you from, you know, reading these books and applying it to your life. You know, and learning. Like, learning is a big thing. Like, nobody's stopping you from learning.
I want to get your thoughts on this. Since we're talking about success, right?
Yeah.
I read something on this book, and he talked about the reason why certain cultures, you know, always stay in the same situation as far as like financial wise, is because they're taught that money is evil. Right? Yeah. So sometimes when you grow up as a kid,
it's dumb.
I know, so certain cultures that in their religion they taught money is evil, so to want more success is seen as a bad thing, so a lot of people don't strive for it. But some cultures like Jews, Asians, they told money is good. It's a positive thing. That's why they strive for it, to get more, because they know it's just two different perceptions of two different things. And I can relate to that because when I first, you know, started trying to achieve more, at first I felt kind of bad for wanting to make more, still because I was going to be seen as somebody that's too greedy. Yeah. But now I realize, like, at the end of the day, I can't provide if I don't make. Yeah. So what do you think? What are your thoughts about that?
Well, the first thing is, it's not money. You know, it's not the material thing. Yeah. It's greed. Yeah. Is evil. Yeah. Being greedy is evil. Yeah. Wanting more because you're greedy, that's evil. Yeah. You know, but making money so you can better your life and better your family and better your community.
Doesn't matter how much you make, right?
Yeah, no matter how much you make. Yes. That's not evil. Yeah. You know, because now that you're rich, you're able to provide for your family. Yeah. Now you're able to, you know, give a little bit more to the community. Yeah. You know. You create more. Now you're sharing. Yeah. You know, and sharing is a good thing. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So when you're making more because you want it all. Yeah. You don't want to give him anything. Yeah. You don't want to give him anything. Yeah. That's greed. That's the difference. Yeah. Now you want to take from him. Yeah. Now you want to take from him. Now you want to take from her. You want to take from everybody, and you don't want to give anything. That's greed. That's the difference between money. You know, being, you know, rich and greedy, and being rich and sharing. Yeah. You know, money's not evil. Money is a material thing. Yeah. Money is something that
it's a tool we use. It's a tool we use.
It's a tool we use. Yeah. You know, to get things.
Yeah, exactly.
To be able to get, you know, to go somewhere.
The tool is not evil.
Yeah. The tool is not evil. The person that's evil. You know, their intentions. You know, like they say, you know, evil is paid with good intentions. You know.
I know. Also, you know, since I remember our last podcast that we talked about before. We always talk about, you know, I think you talked about earlier when you were a kid. We used to get made fun of. Yeah. All the time, right? So I know sometimes when, you know, since we're talking about growth, sometimes when polys, you know, they try to do something new, or they try to do something for themselves, you know, sometimes they get made fun of. Yeah. A lot of times.
Like you can't be independent. Yeah. You gotta run with the crowd.
You gotta run with the crowd. Do you see that a lot, especially if?
I feel like our Tongan community, like, they're the biggest critics. Yeah. To our own community. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They see people that's making it, and they criticized it, like, oh, just because you own a store, you don't have to be filet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they're just being business owners. They're just trying to better their life, and I feel like that's one thing. Like, if you're not going with the crowd, they're gonna hate on you. And it's just the same with other cultures too,
Yeah.
with other, with other people. It's the same thing. It's just you're the biggest critic to your own community.
Yeah.
They don't want to see you succeed because they don't see themselves up there.
Yeah. Which that almost confused me. Because especially the way we grew up,
Mhm.
going to church. We get taught religion and scriptures so early.
Yeah.
You always confused them why like our people be like that, right?
Why are we so? I think it's because.
Why are we so judgmental?
Yeah.
Like we grew up with God. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, cause that's one thing that, cause God, we're created, in the image of God.
Yeah.
And God judges people.
Mhm.
He judges us, and that's one thing that we do. We judge each other
Mhm.
for no reason. That's not a power. That's not, but it's something that was built in us too. Just like hate and love.
Mhm.
All of those things are built into us. It's just, are you gonna judge people? You know what I mean? It's just something that you gotta learn how to, figure out, I guess. Because there's people out there who just judge people for no reason,
Mhm.
and there's people who hate for no reason,
Mhm.
and there's people who just love.
Yeah.
To, combat all that hate and stuff. You just gotta love them back, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's one thing, our community they gotta get a hold on is they gotta stop judging each other.
Do you think it's up to the next, all the things we just discussed right now, do you think it's up to the next generation, to parents
Yeah,
like us?
of
It's
course.
up to us to make these changes and
Yeah. Definitely up to us, because if we still stick with the old, and we're just gonna be stuck in the same thing. We're just stuck in the same loophole.
Yeah.
We gotta change something. Good or bad, we gotta try something. We just gotta try it.
Mhm.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
We gotta try it. We can't just stick in the old because we're comfortable with it. That's why a lot of people are scared of changes. They're scared of getting out of that comfort zone. Because we're so comfortable. Like, why do we need to change? I like it like this, and they're afraid to go beyond that, because change can be scary, but once you get past it, it's not too bad. So I feel like when you take that step, when you finally take that step to change, that's when we really see change in our community.
What do you think is what do you think is the hardest thing, in your opinion, in your experience? What do you think is the hardest thing of growing up as a Tongan, trying to make it here in the U.S.? Like, what do you think?
I mean,
The hardest thing you had to go through in your experience?
like, I didn't do anything. Like, my parents brought me here
Yeah.
to the U.S., so I didn't see what they were going through. But
Let me clarify that. Let me phrase that question. What are things within our culture
mhm.
that you feel like that hinders our growth as our growth as individuals, as people, that we kind of practice as a culture?
Something that we practice as a culture.
Yeah, like what are cultural things that we do that you feel like that kind of hinders our growth?
I mean, like we said, we gotta stop judging people.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta stop judging each other.
Mm-hmm.
We just gotta work. Like, we're great people.
Yeah.
We're loving people.
Yeah.
But we're so quick to, to react to things, to our feelings, and stuff like that. That it stops us from, going beyond, and helping our community. Is like I don't know how to explain it, but.
Do you think I think we talked about the last time, like feelings, right? Like,
Yeah.
do you think as men, as Polynesian men, sometimes we kind of taught as growing up and not to be able to express how we feel. Do you think that that's something that hinders our growth? to just teach young men to bottle
I mean,
up?
I feel like.
And if you do express yourself, like it's, people make fun of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of condition ourselves just to keep it in. But I feel like that's kind of worse than.
Yeah, it's worse than what it is. Then because keeping all those emotions bottled up, eventually the bottle's gonna break.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's. I don't know. I guess sometimes we mistake it, and then sometimes we just don't understand why, But growing up, I was taught that men have to stay strong.
Yeah.
For their family.
Yeah.
You don't want to see a man crying every 5 seconds.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like that weakens, what your kids see and be like, oh, if something hard happens, I'm gonna cry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So seeing their fathers, stick through it, no matter how hard things are, not complaining, but working harder to get past that situation that you're in, But the females is the ones that's that allows you to be a little bit more emotional.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you go to. You don't want to see your kids. You don't want your kids to see you, too emotional, because then now your kids gonna be like, oh, daddy's like mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you have 2 moms at the house, something like that.
And the kid wants to be a mom.
Now the kid wants to be a mom. No, but I feel like that's where the strength of the family comes. You don't want the strength of the family to be withered, man. You don't want it to be, to be soft. That's the foundation of the home. Yeah. You want it to be strong. And, you think that's what your wife's there for. That's what your other half is there for. That's who you go to let out the emotions. Like you don't see your parents, you don't see your pops crying or nothing. But I bet when he go in the room with his wife, with your moms, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He bawling, he crying.
Yeah.
He letting out all the stress to her. And she's letting him know that everything's okay. It's good. But the kid thinks you're strong. You're fighting through it. And that's what people don't really think about is, the strength of the father is what you see.
Do you sometimes feel like, because I understand what you're saying, but do you sometimes feel like a father can be too strong to the fact that he kind of stops the kids from expressing how they feel?
I mean, like as a father, you can't be too strict.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, like it's one thing a friend told me is the father is the fun one in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And the mother is usually the strict one.
Yeah.
Or the one that has got to deal with you every single day.
Yeah.
Right? So when the mom, the mom's home, like the kids don't run up to her. Like when the mom comes home, the kids don't run up to her and go, oh, mommy's home, let's play.
Yeah.
It's always a dad.
Yeah.
It's like, daddy's home. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's go play catch. Let's go to the park.
Yeah.
I feel like when you play that fun role, you kind of you break that whole cycle of just being super strict every time, or see me too strict, as a father. So you gotta play both roles sometimes, but I feel like if you play that fun role as a father, like your kid is you're like, oh yeah, he works hard, he comes home, I know I'm protected.
Mm-hmm.
Because my dad's home.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be all right. And your mom's there to guide. Like I said, like she's the guide, and she's the one that's gonna, guide you through everything that happens. Although you don't see your dad like, showing too much emotions.
Yeah.
But that little emotion, that fun emotion, that dads or that dad show, that's what keeps the kid.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like your pops always have that fun side, right?
Well, my experience, my pops just worked, and that was it. There wasn't no, hey, dad's home. I barely saw it.
That's what, like...
He just works, go home, eat, and go sleep. Like, there's no playtime for it. We just have to figure out that to play with ourselves.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing we gotta change.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you gotta have some time with your kids. You gotta spend time with your kids. I feel like that'll you know, that will change their mindset of, you know, all this, you know, he's too, whatever it is, too masculine or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, just to you know, finish it up. You know, what's like I said, the whole purpose of this is just to share your story and promote change and positivity in our community. So since we're on closing, you know, what's your advice to everybody out there that's going through something? What's your advice to them? What have you done that helped you in your toughest times? So when you went through your dark times, when you went through those you know, difficult times within yourself, because we just talked about your whole story, you went through a lot.
Yeah.
You went from flipping tables. You went from flipping tables to, you know.
Everybody experienced things differently, you know.
So
it's just,
what did you do, and what's your advice to them if they're going through if they were going through the same thing that you went through?
If you're going the same thing I'm going through, is, you know, one thing that I'd say I regret is not proving people wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I ended up letting my feelings get, you know, in the way, and, you know, I ended up, you know, abandoning things that I felt like I needed in my life. Mm-hmm. You know, and not being able to show people, you know, you gotta show them that, you know, you can do it. Like, stop the you know, it's the cycle of people judging you. You know, forget about what they say. It's opinions. Opinions don't matter. Facts matter. You know, so don't get tied up on what people think about you and what they say about you. You know, you do you. You know, you push through it. You know, no matter how tough it is. Yeah, if you got, look for a friend, you know, you can talk to. Have a buddy you can go to, and, you know, you can share not everything, because sometimes friends can, you know, say the wrong things in the crowd, but you know, let off some steam sometimes, you know, if it's, you know, if it's your friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, you know, let some steam out, you know. It's better than holding it in, and forget about what everybody else thinks. You know, you do you. Whatever is best for you, that's what you do. You know, God first, you know, family, education. That's what I was brought up on. So, if anything you want to take out from this rant, you know, is love more, and don't worry about what everybody else say. You know, you do what's best for you. And that's it.
All right. That's it. That's a wrap, bro.
That's a wrap.
Peace.